I said at the last meeting that I wanted to give some thoughts like lessons learned, and I kind of got away from that, and started thinking about it, as this meeting was coming up, and I said, that's pretty darn arrogant, everybody's going to find their own way, and I started thinking more, I think I used the word nostalgia, like I'm going to miss my team, it's like I'm retiring, and I'm not going to get to play anymore. So I did think of one thing that I think really is in my wheelhouse, and I've brought it up just about from day one, and that is what is quasi-judicial? I mean, what is that? Nobody seem to explain it to me, so I kind of did a little research the last couple of weeks, best I can tell. It's really like a court proceeding, it's just more informal. And so the one thing I feel like, and it just hit me this morning, and in the DLC, and I don't want to talk about it, but I've always said the courtroom is a beautiful place, but because it combines advocacy with evidence. And over the last 20 years, what we've really done is we've exported advocacy into the public domain, and we've left evidence behind. And now so much is getting said with no evidence. I know for a fact, because I'm on the David Lawrence Center board, that if you compare, the number of sheriff calls, there's already a Hope Home there on that place, and in the last 4 years, there's no evidence. So I certainly respect and understand the concept of fear, or I'm afraid this is going to happen, but I'm saying, and I'm not trying to focus on David Lawrence Center, I'm using it as an example that, we have to be very open to whatever people want to say, but we are putting people under oath. And to me, your feelings, depending on the situation, but typically how you feel is not evidence. So, I think that's the one thing, because frankly, even after 4 years, some of this land use stuff, I still have trouble with, are we legislative? Are we judicial? Is it a GMP? So I still feel like I'm coming up to speed on that. But I did want to say that one thing, because I feel like of everybody up here, I've got more experience in the courtroom, and so I wanted to highlight that before I left, that the beauty of a courtroom involves that strict, is it really valid, reliable evidence before we're going to consider it? And I think that's what we do should do in a more informal way. Sorry, I'm going to go on a little longer. I know I'm holding you guys up, but it's my last hurrah. And another thought, in just kind of going around the room, is I don't see, and I'm usually very complimentary of people, but I don't see a ton of really good people doing a great job as lawyers in front of us. And I know that sounds extremely harsh. I don't think it's because they're not good lawyers. I think it's because land use stuff is extraordinarily hard. And I don't know whether Rich is going to like or not like what I have to say, but really we need some young lawyers to step up and follow what Rich is doing, because Rich has got gray hair and he's made a lot of money, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be around, and it's good. Working, not living, working. You'll be out playing golf is what I'm trying to say. We need some young guys. I saw Zach Lombardo come up here, and I thought he did a phenomenal job. And I know they're out there, but we've got to start raising. This is just to the bar. We need some folks, because this is hard stuff. It's not stuff you're going to pick up in 3 months, because he's using litigation skills. He's using land use skills. He's got a plan for the completely unexpected, because we could be Moody one day. So it's not an easy thing to do. The staff, I think that I can't mention all of you, but Jamie and Mike, I remember, you guys are phenomenal, but I remember going to a leadership Collier thing where I was speaking, and I think McDaniel was speaking, and you guys gave a presentation. I'm like, these guys, and they just, you guys are, you really know your stuff, and I know government gets hammered all the time, but our land use department, our growth management department is fantastic. So thank you. And for you guys, you never get the good stuff, you get the bad stuff. So kudos to you for being there when I need you, and I really appreciate, I do appreciate you guys, because you don't have an easy job, because everybody stops and they all stare at you, and it's something you didn't even anticipate. So thank you for that. Yeah, the chairman, I think, is amazing. I've been on a number of boards. I've been appointed by the governor. I've been on all kind of boards, and I've never seen anybody prepare like Ned. I mean, I think you guys all know because you're sitting up here. I don't think people out there realize. I mean, I'd be willing to bet he spends 30 hours a month, 40 hours a month. He treats it like a job, and it shows. And I think we depend on him a lot. He's phenomenal. And the new guys, you know, I think I thought you guys coming in, I'm going to have to teach these guys a thing or two. And you guys are like, oh, my goodness, the institutional knowledge and the intelligence and the demeanor you guys have brought to this from day one is impressive. I'm kind of bummed I never got to sit next to you. And, you know, Rob and I probably disagree more than I disagree with other folks on here on your approach. But he's my brother. He's my pledge brother. So we came in together. We're going out together. So brothers in arms. And Joe, your institutional knowledge, you're all before I make a decision, you're one of the go-to guys. I always want to know what you're thinking because you're probably seeing something I don't see that you know because of your extreme knowledge. And Paul, you're the same way. To me, Paul, you're the heart and soul of this place. And I mean, I always want to know what you have to say. And you say it in so many fewer words than I say it and get to the heart of the matter. So it's a beautiful thing. And last but not least, I do know a lot about court reporters, and you know, you got a gem here in Terry, and you know, I've started ever since I met her and started seeing what she did here. Our law firm started to use her. She's phenomenal. She's like the field goal kicker that never misses. You kind of don't notice her because she never misses. So, thank you. You're phenomenal at your job. Thanks, everybody. I really am going to miss you guys. Really am. Sorry I went on, but I wanted to get all that out there.